In this lesson, we will learn how to distinguish the gender of the noun. We'll already learn quite few nouns, and usually I was giving you the gender of the noun, or I was not giving you any gender at all, because I was scared that you will have to study too much and you will concentrate on genders and well, you will learn less than I'm expecting from you. It's better, namely, to learn more words than to learn words with gender, for example. Well, how will we distinguish the gender of the noun? As you already know, we got three genders: masculine, feminine, and neutral. And I will give you now the general scheme, and we will go a little bit deeper in the general scheme. However, there will be, besides the general scheme, also another lesson with more nuanced way of searching for genders. Well, and let's start with the masculine. And masculine, it's kind of easy. You have to look for consonants. If there is ending in the word and the ending is consonant, it's a male gender of the word. Well, so consonants, and besides consonants, also the ending E. So if you find a word with ending in consonant or in E, it's a male word. For female, it's not that easy. For female, we get endings a, ya, soft sign ya, then iya, so there's four endings that will distinguish a feminine word, however with quite few exceptions. And for now, for neutral, the endings would be on, ye, soft sign ye, and iye. So this rule would cover the majority of Russian nouns. So if you know these rules, these endings, basically if you know a noun and you would apply this rule, the possibility is like 70 to 80%, and you will be right. And if you will make a mistake applying this rule, well, people are not expecting something spectacular from you in the beginning phase. So right now you are studying language, and if you're able to apply this rule, it's absolutely fine. However, because we are learning and we're studying, there are also quite simple ways of distinguishing the rest. First, let's start with one shared by male and female, which is soft sign. If word ending in soft sign, it could be both male or female. And if word is ending in a or ya, it could be both female and neutral. Kind of difficult. For the soft sign, if you apply this rule, if you decide not to go ahead with learning additional endings and going too nuanced, and you are fine with these endings, or this is remaining of what you got. Well, some people kind of study words. So if you got ending soft sign, you will be forced to study this word. You will be forced to get used to it and to have the gender in your head. The same more or less with a and ya. However, with a and ya, there are some generalized rules which will make your life more simple. For example, if you got a natural gender, so technically if you got a male word, and in the nature, for example, it's a man, and man would have an ending a, this word would be male. So the natural physics of a person, the natural gender of a person or of an animal would distinguish the gender of the word. Now we got this general rule. Let's start with examples. So the first one would be masculine. So for masculine we got endings consonant or E. Let's see some examples. Dom. Dom is house. ends in M, is consonant, is male word. Человек, human. Человек. Человек ends in K, is consonant, is male gender. Друг, a friend. Друг ends in G, consonant, is male. Город. Город ends in consonant, is male. And the last one, let's take one with the E, музей, museum. Can you hear it sounds and got the same meaning? It's an cognate. Музей. Muzей. If you're interested in such words, go back in the lessons, and I prepared a session, 4 lessons about cognates. I choose 150 to 200 cognates and presented them to you in form of 4 lessons. Very useful words, and they bridge the distance between Russian and English, because these are basically the words which repeat themselves in Russian and in English. Now let's go for feminine. Feminine, and I'm suggesting you to write especially the rules, but also the examples, because examples help you to memorize. And well, they also help you to memorize words. Дом is house, человек, human, друг, friend, город, city, and музей, museum, ending E. E says it's a male word. Female. Female, we got endings A, ya, soft sign ya, and iya. Mama is mother. Mama ends in A, is female. However, I told you a general rule. If the gender of the word in the natural environment, so mama is woman, then it's female. If papa ends also in A, should be a female, however it's male. It's not self-evident. In some languages it's different. For example, in German, das Mädchen. Das Mädchen got a neutral word, neutral gender, and it's a girl. Okay, let's continue. Машина. Машина is car. Ma-shi-na. Guess the gender. It ends in A. It must be female. It doesn't have to be female because we got exception. It's female. I'm telling you this. Неделя. Week. Не-де-ля. Ends in ya, meaning it's female. In most of the cases it will be female. If you don't know, take the chance and take female. Неделя. Now, статья. Статья is article. Article in a newspaper, a scientific article. Статья. 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 Ends in ya, it is female. Then, familia. Familia is surname. Ends in iya, meaning it's female. Familia. So now we got most of the endings. So soft sign ya, статья, female, familia, iya, female. So now neutral. Neutral would be, the endings o, ye, soft sign ye, and sons and iye. Examples: место, place. Место ends in o, neutral. Sea would be море. Море ends in ye, it's neutral. Sea is neutral in Russian. Then здание. Здание is building. Здание. Ие. Ends in ie, it's neutral. And здоровье, health. Здоровье. Здоровье. Soft sign ye is neutral. How simple it is, I cannot really tell you how simple it is. It takes a lot of experience and lots of exercise, and at some point you recognize the words. So I don't know anybody who couldn't grasp this knowledge of recognizing the genders in Russian. However, I cannot really tell if it's difficult or not. I would say it's average. Now let's go for exceptions. First and difficult exceptions would be endings with soft sign. So, if we got soft sign, it could be both male and female, masculine and feminine. How can we distinguish if it's masculine or feminine? There are some examples, some rules about different forms of endings. We'll learn them in the next lesson. However, for you, more or less you have to study them. If there is no rule, you have to study the gender of the word ending in soft sign. And I will give you two examples. Словарь is dictionary. Словарь ends in soft sign, dictionary, and it's masculine. And тетрадь, which is notebook, is feminine. Тетрадь. Тетрадь ends in soft sign and is feminine. So now let's continue with the exceptions and with the endings a and ya. A and ya. If you don't know the word, if you don't know the gender of the word, I would suggest you to follow female. Guess on female, and in 70 to 80% you will be right. However, there are some cases which could be male and neutral. I will give you some examples. The first examples will be easy because they represent something male from the very beginning. So papa, for example, is father. Papa is father, ends in a, can only be male. Then dядя is uncle. Dядя ends in ya. Uncle can only be male. In Russian, everything what's 100% male is male. Then дедушка is grandfather, ends in a, and дедушка can only be male. And the last one, which will be easy, мужчина. Мужчина is male, man, and man can only be of a male gender. Мужчина. Mужчина. Ends in a, female ending, however, clearly male. So all of these words are of the masculine gender. And now the neutral. Neutral is not that obvious. Время. Время is time. Время ends in ya, however neutral. Имя is name. Имя ends in ya, neutral. Menu, another cognate. Menu. Same meaning and the same sound. Menu, neutral. And some words with different endings. Jury ends in e. We haven't learned anything what ends in e. Jury is neutral. And taxi. Taxi also ends in e, also neutral. So these words from neutral gender. Again, let's repeat these words because they're useful for you. Papa ends in a, could be male from the general rule. However, it's could be female from the general rule. Everything what ends in a, we got the general suspicion it's a female word. However, it's male because papa can only be male. Дядя, uncle, ends in ya, however, male. Дедушка, again male. And мужчина, man. Man is of the masculine gender. Время ends in ya, in 70 to 80% would be female. However, it's male. It's neutral. Имя, name, neutral. Menu, menu is neutral. Jury is jury, neutral, and taxi also neutral. In the next lesson, we will learn